Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome back to Crash Landing with Light. And today, we unlock the secrets of immortality! And no, this pork chop is not how I'm going to be immortal. As much as that would be awesome, pork chops do not lead to immortality. No. However, if we come up here, the quest that Impa wants us to do in creating life does involve making a shell constructor. Good old sync mod. Right in here, we've got the stuff we're going to need. He's asking for a shell constructor, but I have a feeling we're going to need some shell storage as well, because, well, you don't want to have to make a new one every single time. You want to have some, backup, just in case something invades your base. So step one is making the, I believe it's called a sync core. Big old shiny blue ball that uses all sorts of fancy resources. So lapis on the top, redstone on the bottom, ender pearls in the middle, nether quartz here and here, emeralds here and here, and then daylight sensors across the top. Sync core! This is the fancy magic, science, that makes it work. You put it on the top of each of them, and that's the sort of thing you need. And for the storage, you need a source of redstone to keep it turned on. I'm not sure how that works, but that's what they want. That's what they get. So obsidian in the corners, sync core on the top, redstone on the bottom, glass panes through the middle. And we get ourselves a shell constructor. And Impa, hey look, shell storage. Imagine that. So we grab ourselves all of this. Sync core on the top, block of iron in the middle, pressure plate on the bottom, obsidian all around. Oh, and if you're not sure how to get this obsidian, you just put lava in the barrel where I made the unfortunate blaze last episode. And then you put water over top of it, and it turns it into obsidian that you can just pull out of the barrel. You don't need a pick at all. It's kind of nice. So you can automate that like crazy. So we grab ourselves some shell storage, and we're done. Get a camel pack and a leadstone energy cell. Woo. Okay. I suppose the battery's okay. I guess. And we're also going to want to make this chicken thing. I don't know why we need a spawn chicken egg. It's slightly more reliable than regular eggs, but it'll unlock the other spawn eggs. Now, if I know my colors correctly, I'm fairly certain this is a pig, that's a sheep, and that's a cow. These colors don't necessarily make a lot of sense, but this one I'm fairly certain is a villager. Going by what I would expect to get, I would expect the other passive mobs. So, horses and wolves and cats and things like that. They definitely aren't the high golem that I got, so I don't know if I'll get more things I can unlock or if this is it. But having a pack of wolves could be handy. We'll see. So, let's set up our immortality system. Okay, let's put storage on the right and constructor on the left. Let's throw the lever. That's glass. Levers don't go on glass. So let's throw the lever there. Turn it on. Awesome. Now these do require power, so they gave me power. I might as well use it. I'll improve the power later. Okay, so configuration is currently inputting everywhere, outputting there. Let's turn everything off and just output to the right. And begin! Ow. And there it goes, slowly building me. And then once that's ready, I'll be able to walk in here and leave me behind and become the other me. And then make another one, such that I have two. One thing that you do need to remember, though, is with just one of these, you're not coming back out until you die. So don't take anything you want to have on you with you. Because fancy tools would be stuck in that box until you make another shell constructor or shell storage, or until you die. Not so good. But I said I had a better power source. Let's go check that out. Because you do remember this fancy mob thing I've got over here. Nice dark room, can generate lots and lots of mobs. I've got a little puddle of mob essence down here. Breaks my fall when I jump down. Gives me a little night vision. It's daytime, so you can't really tell. Maybe I should turn those particles off. Okay. Particles are now off, so you don't... Ooh, wait. Particles off might be bad. Let's go to decreased. That doesn't really help. You don't necessarily want your particles off, because I don't know if sweat counts as a particle. And you want to be able to see that so you don't go horribly dead. But you can see this area is a little bit different. I've got 2 reactant dynamos, the one that I made for the quest, and I made another one because this hardened energy cell that I got from a quest was sucking up way too much power. Because not only did they need to fill this up, they were also running the grinder that I have down here now. Now, this doesn't have a whole lot of power at the moment, which is odd. Which leads me to believe they blew up my cables. Now, for some reason, they're able to destroy those micro blocks and the power cables. Well, that's quite unfortunate. Do we have more... we need more hardened energy conduits to replace the ones they blew up. So I'm going to have to redesign that area, because with those guys being jerks like that, I'll need some other solution. They keep blowing up the power to the thing that keeps killing them. I can't blame them. But, that's annoying. You don't have any blocks on me. Okay, let's get in here and reconnect the power. So yeah, there's some sort of creeper that bypasses the mob griefing being off. It's weird. But now that I've got that chest down there hooked up to the grinder, it still works more or less the same way. All of the secondary drops come in here, all the primary ones go in there. There's a mob essence tank down there. Totally full after, I mean, there are tons and tons of mobs. So this keeps the grinder full of power. The grinder eats those things up. Creates mob essence that goes into the dynamos for creating more power. There's tons and tons of gunpowder. So much so that this is still full. I could easily put in additional reactant dynamos to get even more power once I figure out the power situation. Because right now, this is just no good. It's not sustainable because they keep blowing up the power cables. I tried to put in some blocks to prevent that from happening, and it saved the one at the bottom, but it didn't save these two. So I'm going to have to bring it up some more, and that'll block their entrance, and it's just a nightmare. And they blew up another one of the conveyor belts. This is ridiculous. So I'll have to work on that for future episodes, but the primary reason we came over here was the better power. The other reason is so we can start creating some life. To finish that quest, we're going to need the QDS that I left on the table down here. See? Adorable little QDS on the table. I love it. Okay, let's put it here. Then we're going to come into the quest book, and we are not going to forget to select the task this time. Not sure if you saw that episode, but it was way back there when I needed to submit some water, and, well, I submitted the water, but forgot to select the task, so it didn't actually accept it. So we send fluid duct in there. We put the portable tank on top. It'll probably follow gravity down into it, but we should probably give it a little encouragement. Do we have a pneumatic servo over here, though? It seems we don't. So we'll make ourselves another lever. I'm gonna have so many levers just laying around this place. Oh. Okay, so we put the lever here. Throw the lever! And then what it wants is mob essence. So we give it 1 bucket, and then we can come over either to the tank or the grinder itself and grab some more. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now it's under a bucket in there. So then we could come and get that, but first let's grab an egg and do that such that the QDS will finish when it's finished. So, oh, that's weird. Maybe I have to finish the mob essence first. As you can see, it's incredibly hot over here because of all the machines. So that's another 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. Now come back in. That's done. I want to manual submit the egg, but it won't let me because it's a jerk. So what we're gonna need is a hopper, probably. Ugh. Oh, I can just borrow a hopper from the dirt thing. I don't need to craft one. We got so many hoppers over here. We'll just borrow this one. Just to submit the egg, and then we can put it back. Okay. So, bow and bow. And it's done! Come back here. All done. Gives us a chicken. Claim that reward. And then we come back and it unlocks all of these. Okay, so they've got different cooldowns. Villagers. Wolf, ocelot, horse, pig, sheep, and cow. So, to get the cow, leather, and 40 buckets. Wow. So, 8 leather and 40 buckets gets you a cow. Which, ancient spores can turn them into a mushroom. That's nice. The sheep takes wool. Imagine that. What was that about mutton? Okay. Piggy! Rotten flesh and golden nugget. Okay. So, they're kind of implying kill some zombie pigmen to get a regular pig. Horse takes oats. Leather and mob essence gets you a saddle and a horse. It's kind of neat. I don't have any oats, though. Villagers, block of emerald, and 100 buckets. We'll need a secure place to live. Dumb as rocks, but could be useful for trading and perhaps other reasons. Okay. Wolf, bone, and beef. So I don't know if this would accept firm tofu, because usually Ore Dictionary stuff is for crafting, not for submitting. But yeah, like it's saying, a wolf could be a bit overwhelmed by all of the terrifying stuff out there. And ocelot. Raw fish is fine. 20 buckets. Will need to be tamed because you need to give it fish. Yeah, enclosed space. They love to run away. Not responsible for cats sitting on chests. Yeah. So we've got lots of things that we could work on spawning in. I want to check on those oats and see if there's a particular way of getting those. Because you got the oat seed. And that's as much as it tells you. So the question is, did I get oats from some random quest? Chili, kiwi, blueberry, candleberry, blackberry, bean, bell pepper, cantaloupe, rice, tomato. Nope. I did not get them from a quest. I did not get them from bone mealing enough to get these trees. So if I really want a horse, it looks like I'm going to have to do even more bone mealing or set up a seed farm, which I'd be kind of tempted to do at this point because I've already done a lot of bone mealing to get to where I am. A lot. So that's enough for creating life at the moment. Let's go check on me. Actually, since we charged up our nice size battery, let's bring that back with us too. Okay, power is still in place. If we get some fancy machines set up relatively quick, we can likely make ourselves a tesseract and create the power somewhere other than where we use it. That would be kind of nice. One thing to keep in mind with the tesseract, though, is with Steve's factory manager. The manager is incredibly good at pushing things into a tesseract, but it can't pull them back out. So if you want to transport things into a Steve's factory manager machine with a tesseract, you're going to have to pump it out of the tesseract using an item duct or fluid duct. But you can just put it on the machine to have things shipped back through it. Just something to keep in mind when working with that sort of stuff. Let's come up here, and there I am! Amazing. Is there enough space for me to put everything away? Of course there is. That's why I made myself a giant chest, so I could just put everything away. And test this thing out. So we walk in. Oh, forgot to take my armor off. That's okay. If I end up back here, it's likely because I died, so having some armor and some water, not a bad idea. So, yeah, let's take all this stuff back. And then we can just craft ourselves some new diamond armor. So put that on. Let's see, what else? Oh, and it did warn that we should save and quit and come back. And we're back. Because it does weird things if you don't. Let's grab our diamonds. And make ourselves some new armor. There's that. And that. And that. And that. Back down to 8 diamonds, but that's okay. We've got a system for getting as many as we need. And I forgot to lock the barrels. That's an important thing to remember. If you shift right click in the corner, it'll lock what should be in the barrel. So even if you take all of them out, it won't try to shove anything else back into it. Important for things you don't have many of, like the fish. Okay. There we go. So that's back and working. We made ourselves a little bit of life. I might go and make these. I might instead come back to under pressure and finish the kinetic compressor, or, well, this still requires potions. Still gonna have to kill a blaze. Or come over into the technological revolution and make some machines. We've got more options now that we've got ourselves a safety net, or two. Let's see. That's below half, so let's throw this up here. And again, turn it off and output to the right. Now, it might only pull power from one at a time, or it might only pull power from the bottom. I'm not certain. I haven't really worked with these too much. So let's test that out. So let's pick this guy back up, pick that guy back up. Okay, it maintains the progress, so that's good. Let's put that down, and then it starts back up. So let's put this guy up here. Let's drain him. Output to the bottom, and this guy can input from the top. So that's going back up, and that's pulling from here and putting it in there. So once this is empty, I can take it back to my power station and charge it back up. Easy peasy. But we'll have 2 spare lives, so we could go to the city. We could do all sorts of more dangerous things now that I'll only lose a bit of stuff. I can always get the stuff back. It's not particularly necessary to really get too attached to the things that I've got. Sure, I like having my camel packs, but I can always make more. I do enjoy these tools, but you can always get back to the level. You can always grind away and get the tools back to where you want. And I really should make some metal tools anyway. They work so much faster. And you might be wondering, why'd you make the chest plate? Well, there might come a time where I don't want to wear the camel pack, where I either find a way around it, or yeah, that's pretty much the only reason. If I would find a way around it, or if I was in way too much danger and I'd be more likely to die to the mobs than the heat, then I might go full diamond. And I want to be prepared for that occasion. Why do I have materials and you with me? Weird. Gonna have to check the footage on that one. But that's all the time I've got for this episode. Hope you enjoyed me mastering Immortality and being confused by my setup over there. But I will catch you in the next episode of Crash Landing with Light.